Avery has been saving up to start a vermiculture business, which is the growing and selling of worms to the composting industry. From her savings, she will purchase 500 worms at a cost of 12 cents each. She will buy 100 plastic bins, 140 liters each, at a cost of $23.99 per unit. She will purchase the soil to fill each bin to the 30-liter mark. Avery will be adding compost to these bins on a weekly basis as her worm population grows. She has made arrangements to lease a heated barn for $100 per month. The cost of the soil is $6.99 for a 30-liter bag. Avery has signed a contract with Compost R Us, where she will sell the worms to them for 12 cents each. Avery began her business with 500 worms. From her extensive research, Avery has learned that a worm population will increase by 5% every 4 days. Her plan is to allow the worm population to grow for 2 years before selling all but 600 of them to Compost R Us. She will sell these worms for 12 cents each. It is Avery's plan to take the proceeds from her sale of her worms and invest it in a high-interest 15% compounded 4 times per year account for 2 years. During these 2 years, she will allow her worm population to grow from her batch of 600 worms. After the second 2 years is up, she will sell all but 700 for 12 cents each. Your job as a math consultant is to calculate Avery's total profit after 4 years. Remember that profit is defined as a financial gain, the difference between the amount earned and the amount spent in buying, operating, or producing something. Avery began her business with 500 worms. From her extensive research, Avery has learned that a worm population will increase by 5% every 4 days. Her plan is to allow the worm population to grow for 2 years before selling all but 600 of them to Compost R Us. She will sell these worms for 12 cents each. She's starting off with 500. They're growing by 5% every 4 days. So the period is every 4 days. This period is not equal to 1. When the period is not equal to 1, we're using this formula. C sub n, the final amount, is equal to C sub 0, the initial amount, 1 plus the growth rate, 5%, to the BT, where B is 1 over the period. The period is 4 days, 1 over 4. Our time is going to be in days. We're going to have to convert these 2 years into days. There are 365 days in a year, times 2 gives us 730 days. That's our time. Our B times T is going to be the 730 times 1/4, or 730 divided by 4, which is 182.5. We're going to go back to our formula and fill in everything we know. The C sub 0 is your 500 worms, and 1 plus the growth rate is 1 plus 5%, 1 plus 0.05 to the power of BT, so to the power of 182.5. Then it's handy dandy calculator time. 500 times 1.05 to the power of 182.5 equals. She ends up with 3,681,434.5 worms, so I'm going to round that up to 35 worms. Wow, that's a lot of worms. She is going to turn around and sell them for 12 cents each. She's grown 3,681,435 worms. She's going to keep 600 of them. So we're going to remove 600 from this number. That number, take away 600, gives us 3,680,835 worms to sell for 12 cents each. 12 cents is $0.12. Divide the cents, like 99 cents is 0.99. Divide this by 100 and you're going to get 0.12. So we're going to multiply this number by 0.12 to get the total amount of money that she will earn from selling the worms, which is $441,700.20. Avery will sell her worms for $441,700.20. She's going to take this money and she's going to invest it. So in the next step, we read, it is Avery's plan to take the proceeds from her sale of her worms and invest it in a high-interest, 15% compounded 4 times per year account for 2 years. This is compounded interest compounded many times per year. It's annual interest compounded many times per year. We're going to use the formula C sub n is equal to C sub 0 times 1 plus I to the power of n, where I is the nominal rate, or the annual interest rate, divided by m, the number of compounds, which in this case is 4. N is equal to m times t, so n is the total number of compounds. It's the number of compounds per year times the number of years. J, our annual interest rate, is 15%. Divide by 100, that's 0.15. We're going to divide that by 4, which is going to give us 0.0375. N is m times t. 4 compounds per year times 2 years is 8. Let's fill in everything we know. So C sub n is equal to C sub 0 And she sold her worms for $441,700.20. So that's the amount that we're investing. All right. Times 1 added to our interest. So that's 1.0375, all to the power of n to the power of 8. 441,700.2, you can put the 0 or not, times 1.0375, close the bracket, to the power of 8. We end up with $592,969.61. The 3 tells the 1 to stay at 1. This is what we get. Avery gets $592,969.61 from her investment after 2 years. During these 2 years, she will allow her worm population to grow from her batch of now 600 worms, because she kept back 600. After the second 2 years is up, she will sell all but 700 for 12 cents each. She's taking her 600 worms and she's growing them for another 2 years. We are using the growth formula. C sub n is equal to C sub 0 times 1 plus I to the BT. And remember, we're using BT because the period is every 4 days. The period is not equal to 1. Where B is 1 over the period, that's 1 over 4. Time is the number of days, because we're using the period as days, our time has to be in days. There are 2 years, 365 days in a year. 365 times 2 is 730 days. BT is going to be 730 times 1/4, or 730 divided by 4, which gives us 182.5. We fill in everything we know. Our C sub 0 is our 600 worms, so we're starting with 600, times 1 added to our growth rate, which is 5%, to the power of BT, which is 182.5. 600 times 1.05 to the power of 182.5 is equal to, at the end of the second 2 years, she ends up with 4,417,721.46. And it goes on forever. Worms, we're going to round that to the nearest worm. The 4 tells the 1 to stay at 1. Avery grows 4,417,721 worms in the second 2 years. She is going to keep 700 of these. She's growing her business slowly but surely. She's keeping back 700. Subtract 700 from this. So she has a total of 4,417,021 worms to sell for 12 cents each. She will sell them for 12 cents each. So 12 cents is $0.012. We multiply these two together and we get $530,042.52. Let's figure out her total profit. Avery sells the worms for $530,042.52. Let's go and figure out her total profit. To figure out the profit, she will buy 100 plastic bins. They're 104 liters each at a cost of $23.99 per unit. She will purchase the soil to fill each bin to the 30-liter mark. Avery will be adding compost to the bins on a weekly basis as her worm population grows. She has made arrangement to lease a heated barn for $100 per month. The cost of the soil is $6.99 for a 30-liter bag. We know that she is buying the worms. She's buying 500 worms, 12 cents a pop. 500 times 12 is $60, so it's going to cost her $60 for the worms. Then for the bins, she is buying 100 of them at $23.99 each. So that's $2,399 for the bins. She is buying 100 bags of soil. Each bin is being filled up to the 30-liter mark. Each bag is 30 liters, so that's 100 bags. 100, each bag costs $6.99, so 100 times $6.99 is $699. She is renting a heated barn. It costs her $100 a month. There are 12 months in a year, and she's doing this for 4 years. 100 times the 12 months per year times the 4 years gives us 4,800. All right, so if we add all these together, these are the costs. Her total costs are $7,958. Her earnings, she has earned $592,969.61. She sold her worms. She took the money from the sale of the worms and invested it for 2 years and got this back. She has this much money from the investment. 2 years later, she sold another batch of worms and got $530,042.52. So in total, she has earned $1,123,012.13. Her profit is going to be her earnings subtract her costs. The $1,123,000, $12.13, take away $7,958, gives us $1,115,054.13. Your job as a math consultant to calculate Avery's total profit after 4 years. That's it. How much is she making per year? So after 4 years, she has this much money. Divide by 4, that gives $278,763.53 per year. That's how much she's making in a year. She's doing great. That is it for the ES. Have a good day.